Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we have the skill trailer review for Laios and MARCILLE, the collab heroes which are going to be coming up soon. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Alright MARCILLE, it's up to you now. I hear you're a top student at the magic school, especially when it comes to ancient magic. I'll finally get to see your talents in action.
Okay, so AFK stages and Supreme Arena. So definitely, she's a mage, probably an AoE damage dealer. Maybe that is why they're saying AFK stages, Supreme Arena. She has synergy with Laios, and then also twins, Velka, Sylvina is an interesting synergy.
Today. So this is what MARCILLE looks like when she casts magic. In battle, MARCILLE needs to chant before casting her skills, which takes time. Her chanting speed is affected by both haste and attack speed, and she continuously attempts to cast her various skills.
So this is why she has synergy with the twins, who can give her a haste buff, or Velka, who can give her an attack speed buff.
Each time MARCILLE completes a chant, she permanently increases her haste and energy recovery rate. No wonder everyone says MARCILLE is gifted with magic.
So MARCILLE seems like a scaler, like she will scale the longer the battle goes on by completing more of her chanting to increase her haste and energy recovery rate. But when you think about PvP, I just am not seeing it because heroes need to be impactful from the first few seconds of PvP, otherwise they're going to be too easy to kill. And you don't really have this luxury of time to set yourself up and then begin dominating.
Gifted with magic. When MARCILLE casts her ultimate, silver white wings that streak across the skies, she immediately spends energy and begins chanting. While chanting, energy is continuously drained. After completion, she summons Skyfish to deal damage to enemies in its path. After chanting for several...
So that I guess that is a Skyfish that is darting back and forth, dealing damage to the enemies. It didn't seem like any major damage. MARCILLE immediately spends energy and continues to chant by consuming energy every second. So kind of like a Tailene type ultimate, the chant, like consuming energy. She then summons Skyfish to dash across the battlefield and deal damage to enemies in its path.
While chanting, energy is continuously drained. After completion, she summons Skyfish to deal damage to enemies in its path. After chanting for several seconds, MARCILLE unleashes an explosive spell in the area with the most enemies, dealing damage to all enemies within range.
So this is just some AoE type damage, splash damage. I mean, overall, I'm not too impressed with the kit so far because, like I said, for PvP, she just seems too slow. The damage isn't like insanely nuking, it's just more AoE type damage. For AFK stages, I can kind of see it, but like, you don't normally need just raw damage deals in AFK stages. You need either crowd control, or a utility, or just really high, like true damage, like Pheromore, for example, Baelran, or Saida, of course, now. So I'm not seeing MARCILLE really, so far, I'm not really convinced.
Is there really a monster that can withstand such an explosion? MARCILLE has also mastered Magical Flash. After chanting briefly, MARCILLE creates a magical flash of light around an ally, recovering the ally's health, while dealing damage to all nearby enemies and blinding them.
So the blinding can be interesting because that is a bit of utility there, and it can heal and protect your tank slightly. Overall, I mean, again, not a majorly impactful skill. And I mean, for AFK stages, the blinding, I could see some use of that, but like, she's taking a slot on the team, and as of right now she doesn't have enough utility, and the damage doesn't strike me as being maybe enough, and having that dedicated, but I don't know, maybe if her damage multipliers are high enough, her dedicated damage in AFK stages could take the role of like that Pheromore like we talked about, or Baelran, replacing them, but I just am not convinced about it yet.
Moreover, MARCILLE can even use forbidden ancient magic shrouded in mystery. After unlocking this exclusive skill, she generates a magic circle at her feet. Then, after chanting, she can revive a defeated allied hero and recover their health.
Okay, so there is some very interesting mechanics she has. Her exclusive skill, now how many times can she can cast this once per battle. After chanting for several seconds, Marcille revives an allied hero and recovers a portion of their health. Now that is interesting, but like in AFK stages, normally none of your heroes are going to be dying. Like ideally in the ideal situation. So I'm not seeing it much for AFK stages. And PvP, like the problem is if she dies first, she won't even be able to get a revive off on anyone. So again, I mean, I may sound like a hater of Marcille, but so far I am feeling like she is fairly skippable. I haven't seen anything that really kind of piques my interest, but let's continue.
Ancient magic can only be successfully cast once per battle. It's worth noting, if Laios is on the team, Marcille can cast Ancient Magic a second time to revive him. This revival effect can only be used once per battle.
So this is, okay, if Laios is also on the battlefield, he will get another, like, free, basically, revive of himself, which can work. Like, there is obviously synergy of tank and mage in the back, but if there's anyone to deal damage directly to the mage in the back and bypass Laios, like in PvP there usually is, then you're not going to get this synergy. For AFK stages, I don't know. I mean, if Laios is an absolute beast and he needs a revive or something, then maybe there is actually going to be potential of both of them in AFK stages, but I'm still not seeing it for Marcille. I'm not very convinced about her. Yeah.
That's the power of their bond as a dungeon party. To sum it up, Marcille, this prodigy of the magic school, requires the use of chanting to cast her skills. Each time she completes a chant, she permanently increases her haste and energy recovery rate. Through chanting, she can cast skills to summon the skyfish, unleash the explosive spell, and use magical flash to deal heavy blows to enemies. Also, her resurrection spell, Ancient Magic, shows its true value in important situations. Oh no! A large horde of monsters is approaching! I'm sure Marcille's used to this by now, as long as no one tries to make dinner out of these questionable ingredients later. Marcille begins chanting as soon as the battle starts. When she finishes chanting, she hits the monsters with a devastating magical attack. With help from support heroes, Marcille gains boosted energy recovery rate, letting her chant much faster and cast spells more fluidly.
What I don't understand here, they say Marcille also pairs well with burst DPS heroes by enhancing their damage output. I didn't see anything in her skill kit so far which will enhance other allies' damage output. So maybe that is something left out of this trailer. Additionally, her ability to revive fallen allies, and you unlock... yeah, let's keep listening.
If an allied hero is defeated, Marcille can use her forbidden ancient magic to revive them and bring them back into the fight. No monsters can survive a genius magician's magic. All clear now. But Laios didn't get to show that special move he prepared. Marcille says he just got a bit too immersed in his role. Should we really leave him like that?
Okay, so there we have it for Marcille. I think I'm going to make this in a two-part series, and we'll also add Laios in a different video, because I just really want to completely evaluate Marcille so far. So overall, they did say that her usage will be in AFK stages and Supreme Arena. And I do see it. I definitely do not see anything lending herself towards Dream Realm. When we look at the battles again, like especially in this team synergy at the end, there are no debuffs going off onto the enemies, so I still don't understand this point about how she pairs well with burst DPS heroes by enhancing their damage output. That is kind of not indicated here. Sylvina doesn't even have any buffs on her right now. If we look at the beginning of the match,
she hits the monsters with a devastating magic.
I mean, Sylvina doesn't have any buffs on her. There's the attack speed buff on to Velka. So I'm not even seeing any buffs she's actually providing to her allies. Apart from that, she has some AoE damage, of course. She has some blinding. She has a revive chance. And it would be another free revive for Laios if he is in the team. And if he is really good for example, AFK stages, maybe that synergy will be enough. However, I think what I'm probably predicting is that MARCILLE is going to be very similar to Natsu. If you remember Natsu from the Fairy Tail collab, basically, he was a very skippable hero. Even though of course he's a fan favorite hero, he didn't really specialize in much. He had some AFK stage use, but quickly was power crept by other better options, and now you do not even see Natsu anywhere. He was sometimes used in Ravage Realm, but I don't even think MARCILLE is going to have that luxury, because now we have a bunch of heroes for Ravage Realm. She's also a mage and AoE damage healer, which probably will not be good enough for Ravage Realm. So I am honestly thinking MARCILLE is the most skippable character. Like for example, free to play or light spenders might even be a one copy, which we're going to get for free by completing the event. Just get that one copy for your collection. And for the more mid spenders to high spenders, maybe just Supreme Plus her in the event that she ever is needed for even maybe a couple AFK stages or anything like that. That's what I'm leaning towards. So you guys let me know your thoughts about MARCILLE in the comment section down below. Are you planning to recruit for her? Do you disagree with anything I said? Feel free to let me know. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you're not already a member of my AFK Journey Discord server, there's a link to that in the description. Feel free to join that. Also, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. Link for that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.